And year in, year out, Mr. Speaker, cartels have emerged, taking money from our parents and villages for the recruitment that is happening, Mr. Speaker. This matter is currently happening in our various constituencies across the country. Mr. Speaker.
Yes, what's your point of order, Honorable Didmus Barasa?
I think it's okay. You have the mic.
You have the mic, proceed.
Not working.
Give Honorable Barasa another mic.
Yeah.
Use the one on your left.
I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker. When I am 100% sure that that question was properly answered, unless if the honourable member had just come in this house. So we have other matters on the order paper. I think from your communication, the minister has done very well. I think we'll just release him and we proceed.
Thank you indeed, Honorable Maungu. This matter had been dealt with, but let me give you 30 seconds to just conclude what you say.
The member was just spoken is my good friend, Mr. Speaker, and we had an issue that we didn't complete outside. So he's trying to square it on the floor of the House. That's why he's taking on me on the same matter. That aside, Mr. Speaker, I did come in late, yes, and I just wanted to have confirmation from the good friend, Honorable CS, now that the recruitment is on. Are we assured that it will be fair and square to our members?
It was thoroughly dealt with.
Asante.
Yes, Leader.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. I want to very, very sincerely, on behalf of the majority side and members of this House, to thank you, Cabinet Secretary, for a wonderful job well done. I think you have given us the marking scheme of how Cabinet Secretary should answer questions in this House. As you go to talk to your fellow colleagues, they come here sometimes and they read long and acres of statements, which do not help these members. But you have seen, a lot of members stayed here for you because of the way you are eloquently speaking on behalf of government and expressing yourself. But sometimes you have a cabinet secretary, he starts and everybody else leaves because probably they're not making sense, or probably they're just saying things that members don't want to hear. But I think you have said what members want to see here. You have made sense and you have expressed government policy very, very well. And your research was very well. We want to thank you, Cabinet Secretary Duale, for a good job well done. Pass our sincere gratitude to the President for introducing this question time. Asante sana and God bless you.
Thank you. The House has other businesses to conduct. Okay. Minister, for Kamket's question and any small remark.
Mr. Speaker, that's a very, very controversial statement by Honorable Kamket. And he shared this with me when we were in North Rift. And I told him we will discuss it behind the tent. Now that he has, now that he has brought to the fore, and serious councils like Honorable Kaluma are sitting here, I think, Chair, I will not answer that. Maybe let the House decide on the recruitment criteria. Because the next question I will be asked is, then why do people go to school? So, Mr. Speaker, I think Honorable Kamket, when we were in Chelimgot, he made a lot of sense, and I really agreed with him. But it's a matter to be discussed, taken to National Security Council, taken to Cabinet, come to the House as a policy, and then he will have his time. Maybe in the third recruitment. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Minister. You are now free to go back to your other businesses and matters of government. Next order.
Order number 10, the Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2022, second reading.
Yes, Honorable Didmus Barasa.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to move the Pensions Amendment Bill 2022. And I will begin by saying that the object of this bill, Honorable Speaker, is to amend the Pensions Act, Cap 189, so that we can provide a timeline upon which the pensions can pay pensioners when it falls due. Honorable Speaker, the House will agree with me that the law as it is now, it doesn't provide a timeline on when a person who have retired will be paid his or her pension, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we have millions of Kenyans who have suffered in the hands of pension schemes.
Order, Honorable Didmus Barasa. You really must move this bill to be read the second time. So go back and begin properly that you are begging to move this bill the second time, and then proceed.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I beg to move the Pensions Amendments Bill 2022 for a second time. Honorable Speaker, that is fine?
Proceed.
So, Honorable Speaker, the essence of my amendments is to put to an end the suffering that many Kenyans have gone through. Honorable Speaker, I want to persuade the House that when an individual contributes to the pension scheme, that money doesn't belong to the pension scheme, but it belongs to the member, Honorable Speaker. And after that member has retired and the pension has matured, it is not a favor that the pension does to those individuals, but it is their right. Delaying to release their pensions for years, Honorable Speaker, it is not only uncouth, but it's ungodly and it's unconstitutional, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I know that it's a fact that many Kenyans have died before accessing their pension. Many Kenyans have waited for more than 10, 15 years before accessing their pension. Mr. Speaker, even during question time, the majority of questions that dominates on the order paper are questions to do with when so-and-so is going to be given their pension. So, Honorable Speaker, to end and put to a stop the untold sufferings of many Kenyans is to ensure that we put a timeline that nobody will wait for his or her pension more than 90 days. Honorable Speaker, I know that Kenyans who have retired have spent millions of shillings paying brokers at the pension corridor offices in the name, in quote, pushing the file, and you wonder how heavy a pension file that they have to be pushed by paying some money. Honorable Speaker, I want to persuade the House and ask the House to support so that we put to an end the untold suffering of citizens of this republic from Bungoma to Kilifi, from Turkana to Kwale, and in every corner of the citizens of this country, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it is also a fact, Honorable Speaker, that the reason as to why Kenyans contribute happily to the pension scheme is because they have plans that after they have retired, they will set up a business, that after they have retired, they will use the same pension money to be able to advance their good life, to be able to continue paying for their medical bills, Honorable Speaker, because after you have retired, even the insurance scheme, the medical scheme that we enjoy comes to a stop, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we know that Kenyans are not paid too much money in terms of their salaries, and they spend their salaries paying for school fees of their children, hoping that by the time they retire, they will be able to use their pension to continue footing and paying their other bills that they are supposed to pay, Honorable Speaker. And I don't want to belabor, but I just want to ask my very good friend, who has also told me that yesterday he received a delegation of more than 200 people from from Kilifi County, who told him that they indeed have been suffering. They have made endless trips to Nairobi. Some have died. and their money has gotten lost. So I want to ask the Honorable Owen Baya, Member of Parliament for Kilifi North, the able Deputy Majority Leader to second.
Thank you. Deputy Majority Leader, Dr. Owen Baya, MP Kilifi North, please proceed and second.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this motion that is being tabled by our good friend, Honorable Didi,